Hello and welcome to Sub 20 All In, where I've given myself 10 weeks to take my 5k PB down from 22 minutes to sub 20. Can it be done? I don't know, but that's what we're here to find out. Thanks for joining me, and here's what happened in week 7.
In North Wingfield, it's 31 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect lots of clouds, with a high of 32 degrees and a low of 15 degrees.
Right guys, here we are then, ready to do the interval session for week 7. Another tough one this week, getting faster than usual, and the weather is hardly on my side at the moment. Fairly sure this is probably the hottest day I've ever ran on. Definitely the hottest day I've ever done an interval session on. Temperatures 30, 33, somewhere in that range, Celsius. So yeah, I'm hoping there's a bit of shade on the trails. I know they're partially shaded, I just can't remember the fine details, but I'm hoping that'll save me. There is a mild breeze, which I think will help. Just have to try it and see. As usual with these Wednesday interval sessions, it starts with a 2-kilometre warm-up, finishes with a 2-kilometre cool-down, and the bit in the middle, that's the hard bit. We've got 10 reps this time. Each rep is 500 metres, and the pace is faster than race pace, or targeted race pace I should say. We're aiming for 3:55 per kilometre, and there's the usual 1-minute walking break in between each rep. It's even breezier than I expected it to be. I've made another massive investment in the channel this week and bought some little muffler stickers to go over the microphone on the camera. Hopefully keep some of the wind noise out, because I know it's quite sensitive on this little camera. Whether that's helping, I don't know yet. I'll find out when I get home. You'll know before I do. So this will be my final Wednesday interval session on these railway trails. For weeks 8 and 9, I'm going to be heading into Chesterfield to Queen's Park, which is the venue for the race, and I'll be doing my sessions on the exact course of the 5k race. Get some practice on firmer footpaths using the exact route I'll be racing on. That should stand me in good stead for the 6th of September when I attempt to go sub 20. Rep 1, let's go. Nicely shaded this bit. 1:57. I think that's on target. Rep 2, let's go. $1:58. Rep 3, let's go. 1:57. Rep 4, let's go. 1:55. A bit fast, a bit of downhill. One more this way, then I'll turn around. Rep 6, here we go. Two minutes, uphill, a bit slow. Lap 7, come on. $1:58. Rep 8, keep working hard. 1:57. Bang on pace. Rep 9, nearly there. Let's make it count. 1:56, that was a good one. Last rep, come on, let's have it. $1:53. Finished strong. Right, good session I think. I'm in a bit of shade here, which I've had on half the route I'd say. It's been nice. Managed to hit the paces. 500 meters doesn't seem that long when you're used to the longer ones. Starting with 2.5 kilometers on week 1. So yeah, the distance is good. The speed a bit more challenging, but yeah, feels good. Alright then, session done. Despite the really hot temperatures, I think this gentle breeze helped and the shade on parts of the trail, so got through it without any ill effects. Had water with me, had a gel after I'd finished the efforts, got some more water in the car ready for before and during the journey home, and then obviously I'll refuel properly when I get back. So all in all, another good Wednesday interval session. As I mentioned, my final one here. I will be doing the long run efforts here this week and then over to Queen's Park for the remaining intervals, weeks 8 and 9. So I'll catch you on long run day.
Good morning, Mark. Currently, in North Wingfield it's 13 degrees Celsius with partly sunny skies. Today, you can expect intermittent clouds, with a high of 22 degrees and a low of 13 degrees.
Good morning and welcome to long run day of week 7. This is the final one where there's an effort in the middle of the long run. From week 8 onwards, a long run is just that, a long run, easy pace. So this is the final challenge. This is also my last visit to the trails here at Tibshelf. I'll be doing my interval sessions at Queen's Park for the next couple of weeks, and I can do my easy long runs anywhere really. Don't need the flat railway trails for those. So yeah, my last visit. This is also one of the toughest long run efforts I've had to do. One thing I've really enjoyed about the plan up to now is that every interval session and every long run effort is completely different. There's always a new challenge, always a slightly different format, and always something to get my teeth into, and this time's no exception. Remembering back to the first 3 weeks of the plan, the effort sections of the long runs were at 4:25 pace, meant to be. Found those really challenging. Even just running for 15, 20 and 25 minutes at that pace found me out in those early weeks. But this time, after this 20-minute kind of warm-up easy section, I've got to basically go for a 5k PB in the middle of the long run. Doing 5 kilometers, no breaks or rests, all the way through, aiming for a 4:15 per kilometre pace, which would get me a 21:15 5k time. My PB at the moment is 22:01. So this will tell whether I've made any improvements or not, although I am deep in the training and at the end of probably the hardest week so far. So it won't be a comparison to me on a fresh day after a taper, but it will be a good indicator nevertheless. Right, that's the hard bit done then. Just 34 minutes easy. Finish off the long run now. I'll get the stats and put them up on screen, but I think it went well, the 5k effort. According to the lap alerts on my watch, 4 of them were faster than target pace by a couple of seconds, and 1 was a few seconds over on the big uphill drag, so pleased with that. These trails I've been running on, there are a few separate ones that kind of all join up with different names, but the one I spend the most time on when I come over here is the Silver Hill Trail, and not surprisingly that leads to a hill called Silver Hill, which is the tallest hill in Nottinghamshire. That's debated online, but thereabouts. So you can imagine as I go past Silver Hill on the next trail that kind of runs by it, the elevation starts to go up quite a bit. So I always dread kilometers 4 and 5 of the efforts, but got it done anyway. Right, long run done then. Garmin just told me I've got a new 5k PB. I think he said 21:04, but I'll check that out afterwards. Pretty successful final long run effort, I'd say. Concludes week 7. Only less than 3 weeks till race day. Feeling really good at the moment. Garmin does think I need 3 days to recover from this run though. Hope it knows I've got an interval session in 3 days. The fastest one yet. So that's week 7 concluded then. All the runs done as planned. Let's talk about any lessons and takeaways from this week. Nothing immediate springs to mind. I've been looking after the feet well, because I've already learnt that lesson, of course. I did have a good look at my heart rate zones earlier in the week. Someone on Strava wondered how my easy zone 2 heart rate was as high as it was. So I looked at how Garmin is using my kind of percentage of threshold to map out the zones, and they aren't the same kind of zones that people use based on max heart rate. They're kind of showing you where your lactate threshold 1 and 2 are as a kind of estimate from Garmin. So I've kind of reworked how I look at heart rate and made sure that I'm running on feel more than anything, making sure the recovery runs are really gentle. Easy runs are definitely easy. And on the long run this morning, I made a real effort to focus on keeping things easy, monitoring my breathing, and just making sure I wasn't fooling myself with those faster paces on the easy sections last week. And still, I was around 5-minute kilometers for long sections of the kind of final bit of the long run, and felt really easy. So yeah, pleased that there is some genuine fitness there. And the 5k section of it went really well, hit my target, got a new 5k PB mid long run, so really happy with that. As for how the body's holding up, really happy with it up to now. The soreness that I get in the calves after doing some stretching and strengthening is easing off a bit. I'm not going berserk with those exercises now as we get closer and closer to race day, and everything else is feeling good, feeling strong. My weight has stayed roughly the same throughout the whole of the 7 weeks of training up to now. So yeah, still keeping an eye on that, but still happy with how it's going. Looking ahead to next week, week 8 of the 10-week training plan. Some interesting changes going off next week. I'll be doing the interval sessions at Queen's Park in Chesterfield, which is the venue for the race I'll be doing. So I'll get some good practice on the actual surface and the elevation gain and loss around the same course that I'll be racing the 5k on. So that should be good. Doing some faster paces. I think it's 400 meter reps this time, so that'll be interesting. And the long runs change from next week. There's no more efforts in the middle. It's just going to be an hour's easy pace next Sunday. So the taper begins gradually by dropping the volume a bit, taking the efforts out of the long runs while still making the intervals faster. So we're keeping the intensity there all the way to the last week. So join me for week 8. We'll see if I can manage those fast 400 meter reps at 1 mile pace and begin to gradually taper down as we're heading closer and closer to race day.
I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town.